All right, guys. Jamari Hester, Derek Cooper, Marlon Bridges, Randy Robinson. Guys, if you don't mind, just whenever they ask you a question, if you could pass that mic around for me, that'd be awesome. We'll open it up.
Jamari, a career day for you in terms of catches and yards, just kind of what developed out there that made that possible for you?
Well, Derek Cooper really made it possible for me. He rolling out, dodging defenders, making plays with his feet, and just letting the ball go and giving me a chance.
Coop, just were they doing some things with, with Josh that kind of gave him some one-on-ones there, maybe?
Nah, I wouldn't say that. I mean, they're a great defense. They came to play. I mean, we dialed up plays specifically for Jamari. So, I mean, the play he scored on, it was for him. So, I mean, I just want to credit my line and Jamari for making tons of catches for me tonight. I mean, sky's limit for us and Jamari.
Just how did it feel to have that kind of night?
I feel pretty good. I mean, of course, my stats where they were supposed to be. But at the same time, I mean, I really can't dwell on that. I mean, we got to win. Often we moved pretty good. I mean, minus the first quarter, we were struggling a little bit. But over the course of the game, we got our confidence and we just started moving the ball.
Same question for you, Jamari. How'd you feel to have that kind of night?
I mean, it felt like I really stepped up and, made a name for myself on the team. I helped out the squad and, really stepped up when nobody else was making plays. So I had to, keep the team going.
Marlon, how's the knee and how good was it to get out there and get a pick?
My knee felt good today. Going through practice this week, I went through everyday practice like normal, and I knew I would play great out here today because I had a great week of preparation. So that's how.
Tell me about the play, the pick play. It looked like they tried to kind of give a look like they were going to lateral it or something.
Which one?
The interception play.
We rotated, me and Draco, and I just sent in the middle of the field, and I just see ball go get ball.
Randy, the block. You're making a habit of this. Just take us through that play and how do you get through there?
Cause Green put me. He know that I'm finna go for a kick. I'm known for blocking kids. I'm known for blocking kids. So really, don't trade the lane. Got a great push. I mean, a really excellent push. I got my hand up. It tempted, and that was a bit. That was a momentum swing for because they drove down. They got the first touchdown in the game on the first drive. So it was a little momentum swing. So give our team some momentum.
Randy, you seem to be good at kind of picking up when they're going to snap the ball. Do you study that? Do you see things that the long snapper does?
No, some people say I got superpowers, but most centers got a tail, like they'll lift their butt, they'll twitch their butt, they'll squeeze the ball, that finger turn red. So you see that, you just pick up on it every week as you watch film and stuff. You look for little things to pick up on.
For Randy and Marlon, the streak of OVC games is up to 34 in a row now. That's pretty tough, and especially Austin Peay seemed really intent, especially early, that they want to be the team to break that mark. You face that every week against every OVC team, and you faced it for a while now. How do you guys survive that each week?
Man, just going out and do what we always do and that's for the defense wise, everybody run to the ball and everybody do their job. D-line, I gotta give credit to them tonight. They was doing a heck of a job, and the linebacker was also filling gaps, and that made the DBs make plays like we did tonight.
We try to go 1-0 every week. Coach Gross never talks about the streak or what we doing. We just try to go 1-0 every week. We got disappointed, and the only person that we feel like the only person that can beat us is ourselves. So we just go out there and try to be the best Jasper State football team can be. And shout out to the offense because they did a great, exceptional job today. We couldn't do it without them.
Did you know how long the streak was before I told you?
No, sorry. I knew we ain't lost a game in a long time, but I didn't know what the exact streak. But it's gonna be a record breaking year for Jacksonville State.
No cap.
Jamari, I know you've been here a while too, and in fact, I think the last time they lost an OVC game was before you even came here. What do you see? How do you guys keep this streak going?
I mean, we come to practice every day with the same mindset to come out, get better, and try to chase perfection. We always work to get better, and we always working to be better than what we were last week.
And back to you two guys, sorry, I don't mean to make you pass them like that. Do you see it from the other team, especially early in a game? Do you see that they're really focused in and locked in on beating Jacksonville State?
Oh, yes, sir. We know that team's gonna, the first couple of drives, the team gonna give us everything they got, but after those drives, then they have to run where they always run, and that we watch film on. So they had a couple, when we first started off the game, they had 2 big drives that led in a touchdown and a field goal, I think. But after that, we was locked in, and we knew that they had to go back to what they know best.
Yeah, Austin Peay, actually a great team though. That's a big win for us. You know, they had the success they had previous last year, what they did so far this season. They came out kind of punches in the mouth, like my life. They punched in the mouth, but you know, we got the last punch. You know what I'm saying? The first hit didn't knock us out, but we just kept fighting until we got the victory. So we expect that week in and week out, especially in OVC play.
Everybody good?
Sarah, did Coach Sweeney call you?
No, he ain't called me. He ain't received no text or phone calls. Any coach at Clemson.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks, guys.
Tomorrow, if you can hang out with me, we'll head to the TV booth.
What's up, gang?
Hey.
Where's Cheers? Ready? Open this up? Okay. Let me get a drink of water first. A good home win, another, good, solid, conference win. I mean, I think everybody that you play in conference is gonna have a good game. I mean, it's, you're gonna get everybody's A game. You got a good football team, it's back and forth, proud of how our guys, finished the game. Felt like we definitely played better in the second, fourth quarter. But we did come out in the third quarter, kind of set the tempo, and I think we turned the ball over, and we had the one long pass called back. We had chances to blow the game open. I wish we, wouldn't have done that, but you got to take your hat off them. They didn't quit. Now, I knew that was going to be a big thing coming in the game. They didn't like the way they played the second half last week, so you knew they were going to play better. But Coach Ely's done a great job up there. This established them as a competitive program, and they're going to win some games. Our conference is tough from top to bottom. I think I seen a while ago. I think Murray's up on Martin. So there's not a gimme on there anywhere. So you got to come to play every week, and we got to go on the road next week. We're going to enjoy this one tonight a little bit, and get ready to play. A tough road trip against EKU, who's had an off week to play, practice for us. So they've worked on us for 2 weeks, so we got to be ready to play. But injury-wise, I think we come out pretty good. I don't know that stuff until probably later on tonight or tomorrow morning. But it's good to have Marlon Bridges back in action. I thought he played really well. Been waiting on Hester to have a game like he had tonight. I thought he played tremendous. Now we could have played a lot better. We got things we got to clean up, but good, solid. I thought team win, and you learn something from every game. So hopefully we'll grow from it.
Was Hester hurt in the preseason?
No, he just we've been waiting for him to do what he did tonight. So that will help. And we got competition. I think anytime you got competition in a position, like you've heard me say before, it makes it better. So that competition at that receiver position is really good right now. So that's if he keeps coming on. Those other got Bird's playing really well. I think Shaq's playing well too. And then you got on where Josh is out on the field. It really helps you. And we throw the ball vertically so well right now. And we missed a few shots. We made a few shots tonight. So we just got to continue doing those things and stretching the field.
Looked like they were pretty determined to stay with Josh when Zarek scrambled. Were those plays called for Jamari, or were they situations where Josh drew so much attention?
I think he called probably one scramble throw. The other ones were pretty much designed, and you go off a read or which way safety plays, and who you throw it to. So he got a chance to make some plays, which is great. And I said I thought he did a nice job catching going up and getting the ball. The catch he made
student section in, that was a great catch now. It was, up in between two guys and, making plays. I think, that's gonna be a good threat for us for sure.
On the defensive side, they were able to throw over the top a little bit and had opportunities and missed a couple times. How concerning was that?
Very concerned. I mean, we did let a few guys run three, and they got behind us a little bit. But we played the way they play. You have to play so much man, and we play a lot of man anyway. But that's gonna happen sometimes. I think our corners gave up a couple of balls that, to be honest with you, just well thrown, caught balls. I mean, there wasn't much you could do. I thought Ewell was in really good position on his deep ball, and the guy he's getting the guy to the sidelines. The guy just comes back inside him, he falls out. The guy makes a play. Throwing the back of the end zone against Jaquez was a really good throwing catch, and I thought the one on Marlon was a really good catch. I mean, they're gonna try and find matchups. They do a good job not finding matchups against their safeties. They took some shots there, hit the one against Marlon, and missed one against Joyner too. So, but it's kind of one of those deals. You just got to make plays.
Randy said you guys that Austin Peay punched you in the mouth at the start, but you guys seem to rebound pretty quickly, and you're pretty good about that in league games. What makes you so good at being able to kind of absorb a shot like that and still settle down and move on?
I think our older guys, they're used to getting everybody's best shot, and they know people are going to make plays on us, and we typically don't get rattled by that. They're going to make their plays, we got to make ours, and you got to adjust to it and just keep playing, because it's a long game. I mean, third quarter lasts a long time tonight, it seemed like, but it's a long game, and you got to keep playing, and it was proud of how in shape our guys were. I think they had, about 3 or 4 that cramped up a little bit. We didn't have anybody cramp, which when I walked out of the field house for the game to go to warm-ups, I was like, man, where did this humidity come from? It was really, really hot, and that kind of surprised me. It's been such a cool week, with all the rain and overcast. It hit me, I was worried about it. I hadn't even told the guys about hydrating or whatever, but evidently we did a pretty good job, with that. And we're a deep football team. That kind of helps us too. But I think we do, just steady the course, kind of. I mean, we don't get rattled. When we talk about not being, just philosophy-wise, not being an emotional football team. I think you're an emotional football team. You kind of ride the highs and you just weigh down on the lows, and we try to play even keel and just play our brand of football, and just playing intense and physical, but we don't get up too high or too low. So I thought the guys did a really good job of that. Those times in the game when the game's tight, we're down, we're up 2, we just battle back and responded, and I think that's what we got to continue to do to win games.
I think it was on the drive where you went up 35-26. Zarek took off for another one of those 3rd and 10 scrambles, and then had another run on that play.
He had 2 runs on that drive, really good.
Would you like to see, or do you like how much he does that, or would you like to see more of that from him?
Well, I mean, I think he's making good decisions. He does such a good job of keeping his eyes downfield when he extends plays, and that's that's something that's hard to coach. I mean, you kind of got a knack of that, and you work scramble drills, you talk about it all the time, but it's one of the things that really comes natural to you or don't. And he's done a really nice job of keeping his eyes downfield when he has a scramble, and then he's made some really good decisions of when, hey, people were covered, to run the ball like he did on that drive. And I thought, you see people covered, he don't try to throw it into coverage, and then he's made good choices to run the ball. And those were both huge plays. That was a really big drive for us, I thought.
Kind of going off what Mark said a minute ago about the first 2 drives, I think they had like 129 yards, but the next 4 of them had 7. Did they kind of come out and something you weren't expecting, or just something you had to
Not
change?
really. I just think they made plays. They did. They come out and they do what they do. It wasn't anything new really. They hit a seam ball. We worked that play all week. And they make a good throw and catch, and we kind of didn't bust on the coverage, but had 2 guys run the post route and didn't get picked back up, which is it's a quarters beater. I mean that's what they're gonna run it. So they ran that and made a play. And that they're gonna do that sometimes, but it really wasn't anything new. They give you a lot of formations to try to gap you out and get your gap integrity in question. And I thought we did a nice job on that for the most part. Gave up more yardage than what we want. And gave up 2. The biggest thing I think we got to cut back on Well, tonight was explosive plays, you know, and they like, you know, they miss some explosive plays too. So a lot of things we can go back and learn off that, because you're gonna see a lot of that stuff down the line. You know, these next opponents we play, they gonna look at that stuff and try to get in similar, you know, formations and do similar stuff. So a lot we'll learn from this.
The players say you don't mention the OVC streak. Is that intentionally, or is that just kind of the way you are? That's just not on your mind?
I'm not about streaks. I mean, really. I mean, a streak's a streak. It don't have anything to do with this team. You know, it wouldn't. If everybody on the team knew what the streak was today, it wouldn't matter how we play. You're only in control of what you're in control of. And this team is in control of how it plays every Saturday and every play. So if you focus on, oh, you got a streak, or this is a big rival game, or whatever, I mean, you're not in control of all that stuff. And I don't want to play differently one week than I do another week. So we try to make every day the same every week. We can do the same thing every day. I mean, every week, and keep it constant. I think our guys you get in a routine with that. And our older guys know the routine. They know how you're supposed to do it, and we really don't talk about it. So you got to tell me, what are we up to now, Mark?
Yeah, do you know it?
I really don't. I'll be
It's
honest
up to
with you.
34
See,
now.
I
I had to ask
idea.
Josh.
I
It's
just
It's
really
been so
don't.
long, I had to ask.
They may need to know.
All I know is I'm gonna win the next one, right? We got this in behind us, I'm gonna win the next one. That's the next biggest game, right? You know, it's kind of like, you know, when you play the game. I mean, you as players, and you know, we're dealing with young men. I mean, they can be immature at times, but it's kind of like the life of the game. You know, every play has a life of its own. So if you worry about the play you didn't make, or the play you just made, it affects the play you're playing. So you can't worry about, you know, the next play or the last play. You got to play that play. And right now, I think we're doing a pretty good job of that. You know, and got a lot of room to improve, but I think that's been part of our being able to be consistent about it.
His coach Sweeney called and asked for his quarterback back.
Yeah, boy, I tell you what, I don't know about this. I was loving this 4-game transfer, you know, redshirt rule to start with. Now that's being used the way that you're seeing it being used. I don't know. It's I don't know. So that stuff's not good for the game. You know, I mean, I don't think it steadies the course of how you go through a little adversity and fight through it and be patient and all that stuff. So it's a different deal.